We're back again. Let's head over to Reddit and take a look at some more clever comebacks. Hello and welcome to another episode of Soup Saturday. My name is Rek, and today we've got another soup for you. The soup of the day is minestrone with Italian sausage. I figured the last couple soups were kind of bad. We needed a palate cleanse, something that'll hopefully be good. And if it looks like I'm absolutely dripping sweat right now, I am. I'm soaked and it's 100 degrees in here. I also don't have any AC. Let's try a first bite of this soup. You know it's probably gonna be fire when it's got sausage in it. Already smells fantastic. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah!
Worked my butt off to pay back my student loans in full. Student loan forgiveness is an absolute insult. My grandmother died of cancer, so I think a cure for cancer would be a massive insult. Kind of got a point. I don't really understand why. It seems like a lot of older generations, from my experience, want to make things harder for younger, people growing up. And I don't really understand why. Like, why do you not want to help out people who are struggling and going through struggles that you went through? Why would you not want to, if you can provide a solution, why withhold that? Why are we gatekeeping things? Why are we getting mad about this? Getting mad that other people didn't have to pay, their student loans back, just say you're jealous. I can understand maybe being upset about it because you didn't get the same opportunities, but should we just not help people? You had to suffer, so everybody has to suffer. This goes along with that same mindset of just older generations when they would be like, I used to walk to school in the snow 7 miles up a mountain. Do you want everybody to? Do you want everybody to suffer? Because it just kind of sounds like you're a villain at that point if you want people to suffer. There's a lot of beans in here, and I'm leaving a snail trail all over the table. According to a New York Times investigation, Pope Leo and Madonna are distant relatives. The world is on fire, and this is what the New York Times is covering. You already knew the world was on fire. Did you know Madonna and the Pope were related until the New York Times reported on it? I think the world's a little preoccupied right now, specifically the United States. I don't know that anybody cares that the Pope and Madonna are distantly related. This does kind of bring up a funny point, though. Who's going out to their job? They work as a reporter, and they're just trying to figure out what story to tell, what's going on, and they just, world is burning around them. Hey, random obscure thing that nobody cares about. The new Pope and Madonna are distant relatives. Sell it. People are gonna buy it. Money. Guess it's a slow day. Just gotta fill in, some junk. Man, eating soup while you're sweating isn't great, to be honest. Plants are the new pets. Pets are the new kids. Then what are kids, LOL? Kids are now like exotic animals. You've got to be a little bit crazy or rich to have them. Calling plants pets is funny because I'm just picturing somebody taking, their cactus for a walk on a leash just down the sidewalk. But pets are definitely the new kids, especially with, the birth decline showing that. I know that there's a lot of people that would rather have a cat or just a little dog or something than have a child because they just seem terrible. In this economy, don't understand how anybody's affording kids to begin with. Just get a cat. $100, $200 a month, you're all set. You just got a cool little guy that wants to hang out with you. And I've said it before, 18 years from now, that cat's gonna die, get a new one. That kid's gonna grow up. Sometimes they're gonna linger along, for more than 18 years. And it's a heavy financial burden. No one's having kids by choice anymore. It's either an accident, you're insane, or you just have money to do it. I can barely afford my cat. I don't know how anybody is affording a child. Sausage. Why should atheists be given leave on religious holidays? If atheists are not comfortable with the concept of God, why do they happily accept holidays named after gods? Why should religious people be given access to scientifically devised medical care? You could just pray. This one I think is a little interesting because I understand the point they're trying to make. I feel like this is two different things. Comparing holidays to medical treatment, the holiday thing is kind of pointless because, like, do whatever you want. Holidays have just become, corporatized anyways. They're not even religious things at just, this stage of capitalism. They're just literally trying to get you to give them money. But hitting them back with why should religious people be allowed medical attention? I just think this is funny. It's always, the uber religious people that are saying to not go to the doctor and just pray and that God will fix it for you. It's really funny when you just whack them with that mentality back. But I don't know if this comeback would necessarily work unless you know who the person is and you know their views on that. Because, like, what if they double down and they just tell you that they don't go to the doctor and that their whole family has just never had medical attention in their entire life? What do you do then? Then your comeback is just, it doesn't work. You're wrong. I don't even care that I'm sweating. This soup's kind of fire. Wokeism is not a religion, it's a full-blown cult. I'm starting to realize we have to treat its members as victims of manipulation, indoctrination, and abuse. Paul McCartney jerked your dad off. This is a crazy comeback to get whacked with, especially when it's true. I know, like, he said some things about, cults, but, like, you didn't have to kill the guy. This one post pretty much just shows the entirety of United States politics right now, of just one side calls the other a cult and then makes fun of them, and then the other side calls the other one a cult, makes fun of them, and then people just kind of yell at each other all day. I'm tired. The look on your face when your $45 million military parade flops with a tiny crowd, and on the same day, millions of Americans march against your corrupt administration. Trump tried to play Kim Jong-un for an afternoon, but he's still just Kim Jong-un. I don't like to get too political on this channel, right? However, there are so many better things we could have done with $45 million than have a parade. $45 million for a parade that 12 people went to. I thought we were trying to fix the debt in this country. Why are we just wasting money? If I had $45 million, I wouldn't spend it on a parade, I can tell you that much. Could have at least, built some housing or something, given some people some houses. But, $45 million, down the toilet. But we're so good with money. We're great. This country's great. $45 million later, so glad that this man has access to, like, the entire country's money. Good mix. This soup is a good mix to it. Got some vegetables, potatoes, sausage, and beans. Don't forget the beans. I'm sweating. Wife and I switched cars for the day. Any guesses as to whose car this one is? Your wife's, since you just said you switched for the day. I saw this and I thought it was wicked funny because this is the type of sarcastic that I am. But who is just doing this? If you drive somebody else's car, or if you drive your car and let somebody else use it and you know that it's empty on gas, you're a scum. If you drive somebody else's car and return it completely empty, you're a scum. Who is doing this? You suck. This actually happened to me last year when my truck was getting fixed and I got a rental car because it was going to take a while. And when I went to pick up the rental car, the guy just told me that I'm going to have to go fill it up and handed me the keys. And it was literally completely empty. Kind of a scum move. You're telling me this car's been sitting here all day? You couldn't just take it and put gas in it for 5 minutes? Stop leaving cars on empty. Be a good person. I might actually finish the soup this time. Ignoring people staring at you in the gym while filming content is a workout in itself. Please don't perpetuate this culture in gyms. You're literally filming yourself for the entire internet to see, yet it bothers you that people look in real life. I'm sorry, but when you set up a tripod and make a film production out of your workout, people are going to look, period. I also just watched your last 3 gym videos, and in all 3, you start by pulling your shorts up your butt, which has nothing to do with working out. I love this man, Joey Swole. I love him. I've seen him on TikTok, just kind of here and there. And I absolutely agree with this. If you're going to go film stuff in public, you have to understand no matter what you're doing, people are going to stare at you. If you just walk around, with a camera in your hand, people are going to notice you. People are going to see that you're doing something and just stare at you. Get over it. But people are filming in crazy locations and just places where they just don't need to be. I keep seeing clips of Twitch streamers that are streaming while they're driving their vehicles. Between people filming just TikTok content in the gym and then people live streaming while driving, at least filming in the gym isn't going to get you killed, I think. But can we just stop making it everybody else's problem because you want to film a video in just a public space that you don't, completely own? I'm filming in my studio. You don't see me going in a gym and just holding up everybody else's lives. People are already kind of insecure about going to the gym. So now that people are just carrying their phones and cameras and filming and taking pictures and making all this content in gyms, it's going to just discourage even more people going to the gyms. So congratulations on that, I guess. Very weird. Don't know why people are doing it. People gotta stop. Wow. The tanks have arrived in DC. Surreal. You could end homelessness with 8 days of the military budget. This is literally what I was saying with the parade. $45 million, billions of dollars into the, military. What are we spending our money on? There's people suffering, people starving, losing their jobs. You know what we gotta do? Parade. Send out the tanks, drain the funds. And then we just take more taxes to solve it. You're telling me that the country that wants to just send tanks out whenever they want and have these parades and just waste money on stupid things like this, you're telling me that they want to give me a credit score when I spend $30 on groceries or something, and if I spend $35, they're gonna affect my credit score because I spent an extra $5 on groceries while we just threw away $45 million for a parade and sending tanks to our own people. This is crazy. I want to see the country's credit score. They can't spend any more money on these things until they have a score of at least 700. Kind of wild though that they want to tell me how to spend my money when this is what the country is doing. That's going to do it for the comebacks. Let's talk about this soup. All right, so minestrone with Italian sausage. This soup was definitely better than the past couple, all right? We kind of took a step back, went back to a more normal soup. You got your broth, you got some meat, we got, for this one specifically, we have sausage. You got some noodles, peas, seasoning, beans, carrots, the works. I do want to point out though, I don't know if it's this type of soup specifically or if it's just this can. This was the most loaded can of soup that I've gotten ever, I think. There was more stuff in here than I knew what to do with, which is good. Sometimes they kind of skimp out with things, there's not a ton of noodles or not a ton of carrots, whatever in it. This soup is loaded. It tastes good. It's not spicy or anything. It's seasoned well. Got a good, standard mix of things. Pretty good soup. I enjoyed the soup a lot. I'm gonna finish it. I need to leave this room because I'm sweating. Minestrone with Italian sausage. We're gonna give it a rating of 8 out of 10. This was a pretty good soup. It was enjoyable if you like Italian sausage or just, whatever else is in this. It's a good soup. Good mix. 8 out of 10. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe below. Check out some of the other videos we've got coming out. Every week, a new soup and looking at some meme. But join us next week when we're gonna hang out, try another soup, and look at some more stuff. Thank you again for watching. My name is Rec, and this has been Soup Saturday. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. I'm absolutely swimming in my shirt right now.